Well, it's Sunday, and yeah, there's a lot to talk about from last night, from Money in
Yeah,
the Bank and Worlds Collide.
yeah. Last 24 hours has been pretty wild, to be
It
honest with you.
it's been wild and it's been a wild and day. Since there's nobody in chat, I'm not going to acknowledge nobody, but for all for people to show up, thank you for being here. Uh,
Yeah,
so Trey, what do you want to get started on? You want to do Money in the Bank or do you want to do Worlds Collide first?
probably makes sense to do Worlds Collide. Just get that out the way.
Okay. So before before we get started, I just want to talk about one thing. Trey and I were talking about this offline. Man, Conan, what the actual
Ugh,
fuck?
dude did
What
not
the
give a shit. Even when some crazy, he's like incredible. I'm like, are you, bro? Really? That's all you got?
Yeah, dude. Like, I like the one part where he just didn't give a fuck. Like, he's like he doesn't tell stories, and it's nothing against Conan, but still, though, I'm just like laughing. I'm like, dude, what? He just like he goes into random stories, like, oh yeah, Ray Phoenix when he was a kid, he couldn't meet Ray Mysterio. I told Ray about it, and he gave him an autograph. I'm like,
What?
okay,
Why? Okay. Why are
that's
you?
I mean, good for him, but what the fuck? What's that do with the like? What's the purpose of the match? Like, why are you fucking telling people that shit?
Yeah, like I get it. You know Ray Phoenix when he was younger, but do we need to talk about this during a match?
Yeah, like that was just weird to me. Like I said, I don't have nothing against Conan, but still, I was like, bro, what the actual hell? All right, I just laughed. But Corey Graves, I think, did a fantastic job carrying
Yeah,
that
he
show.
tried to carry that show, man. He tried, bro.
Yeah, he did. I think he did a good job.
Yeah,
Hopefully this will give him another spot on SmackDown or some shit.
I'm hoping so. He'll put him on SmackDown. I don't think it's gonna hurt anybody. Just put him with fucking Barrett and fucking who's
Tessator.
Tessator. Just put him
Yeah,
with them. Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. Sadly, I think I think he is going to take over for Pat McAfee. Excuse me, when McAfee goes back to college football.
yeah. He'll be so by like August or September. He should be back in on Raw for a bit.
Yeah, because training camp starts in August, I believe, for the NFL, and I think it's July. It might be July for college. I'm not sure though. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, we get the first match of the night for the Worlds Collide show. Rey Mysterio comes out to this big speech. I can't remember all of it, but uh, another thing too, the national anthem. Blue Demon Jr. just like staring down that woman. I don't know if she was doing a poem or she was doing the Mexican national anthem. I was dying. I'm like, he was just like,
Yeah.
shut up, bitch. like he was like, so like, I don't give a fuck. Just come the fuck on, okay? But anyways, it's Latino World Order with Lince Dorado versus Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana, I believe his name was.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana.
This match was all right. It wasn't like so egregious. Like it was like, oh god, I'm done with the show. But when I saw the Iguana guy and I saw him come out with the puppet, I'm thinking to myself, WWE is going to market the shit out of you.
Yeah, and of course he did because he got apparently he's the most over thing. He was really over yesterday.
Yeah, and I just saw that. I'm like, man, kids are going to be wanting this shit. Like Lucha Mask, like they are going to want it. And I mean, good on them, but it's like that's why I don't like Lucha Libre that much. And I was going to say it. I don't like the psychology of it, honestly.
Same. Not a big fan either. Never really have been outside of some.
Yeah,
I just not into the style. Just never
I
have.
don't think there's excuse me. I don't think there's a lot of psychology in the match. Like it's just all it's comedy. Yes, it's all action. You know, no stop. It's what is it? All gas, no
No
brakes.
breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I got nothing against Mexican culture, but it's just like that's not my style. It's like some certain stuff with Japan, like strong style.
I'm not into strong style. I'm not into Joshi. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not into real British wrestling either.
I don't
So
mind British wrestling. I don't mind the chain grappling wrestling. I kind of enjoy that. I don't know why, but I do. But yeah, this match was like I said was okay. Like I said, it wasn't my cup of tea, but you know, other people are going to enjoy it. So I'm like, hey, good for you. But it was good to see Lince Dorado and Aerostar. If you guys
yeah.
watched, the Cruiserweight Classic back in the day, and you watched Lucha Underground. Aerostar was really cool on Lucha Underground back in the day. His presentation and stuff I did for him back in the day was really cool.
And Lince Dorado, I think he's in TNA right now, right?
I think he's in,
or is he in AEW or NXT?
No, I think he's a coach for the Performance Center, and I think they the one guy, what was his name, Octagon Jr. I think he's the one that signed with TNA.
Oh, okay. Octagon Jr. was in TNA. Okay, yeah, he was at Money in the Bank last night.
Yeah. Octane Star and Iguana defeated Dragon Del Toro and Dorado by pinfall. Like I said, the match was good. I thought it was it was a good opening match a little bit, but it was the aftermath that got me. That's how Dom's sitting in the crowd and just calls him out, Octagon Jr.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Octagon Jr. When he freaking pulled Dom over the barricade, I haven't seen that done well in a long time, and it looked fucking it looked pretty good. Him beating the shit out of Dom.
Yeah, he was like wanting to kick Dom's ass. Dom still got it, man. I'm still loving him as a heel right now.
Yeah, and I was just dying. I'm like, man, I ain't seen someone pick someone over the barricade and just start, giving haymakers like that in a long ass time. I enjoyed that part of the match, but yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put my title on line. I'm like, okay, I'm like, surely the guy, they're not gonna let this, they're not gonna let Octagon Jr. win the match against Dom at Money in the Bank for the title, because it was very random. Like that's
very random.
It's like a baby face or like a very confident heel. I'm gonna make sure that I know I'm gonna win this match, right?
Yeah.
But that's that match. But what was the second match? It was Stephanie Vancouver and Lola Vice versus Chick Tormenta and Dallas. I think her name was Daly.
I didn't see the whole match. I just saw the part of the match that's getting shared around on Twitter.
You're talking about the Devil's Kiss.
Yeah, and the double.
Yeah. It was aight, I mean, it was okay. It was there,
They just wanted to show how over Stephanie McCare is.
Yeah. Conan was very mad when they stopped doing it. I will say that. He was mad. He's like, why'd they stop? This is ridiculous.
Why'd they stop?
That's exactly what he said. But if I remember right, Lola Vice and Stephanie get the win.
Yeah.
There was I think there was a interview during the match, but I can't remember what they said directly. I had to go back and watch it, but yeah, but that's that match. What was the next one? It was Legado del Fantasma versus El Hijo, Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Now, I do know a little bit about Psycho Clown. Dr. Wagner Jr., I know a little bit. This match was pretty good. I liked it. There was a spot. There was a spot that Garza and Humberto did from the top rope. They did a top rope military press slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that looks pretty cool. It was like I said, it was a pretty good match. Like if you give it a rating, probably a C, maybe B, maybe.
Yeah.
But they won that match. Legado del Fantasma did, I believe. They did. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, it was about B. That match was about a B or C. I liked it. Hopefully they'll do more with them on the main roster. If they're going to AAA, Liga del Fantasma is going to AAA Mexico permanently. Hopefully they'll be used better, because I think they've been used like shit on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. Like I said, I'm not, the whole multiple group shit gets on my nerves. But it's like, these guys have been in a group for a long ass time and they've done nothing.
Yeah, they've gone nowhere.
Yeah, and I hope they do something. Like, hopefully this will like rejuvenate their careers or their group, right? And they'll go to, AAA, and hopefully they'll be booked so they can come back to the States and actually be a faction worth of shit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that was that match. It was the next match. It was the Fatal 4-Way for the
that's the one I watched.
Yeah, for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page defended the title against Javon Evans. Excuse me, versus Ray Phoenix and Laredo Kid. This match was decent for me.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. There were some cool spots.
I didn't think it was a barn burner.
No.
There was one point in the match where I'm still trying to think what Javon Evans was going for. I don't know if he was going for a swanton, freaking coast to coast, or what the hell it was, but it was very weird. I don't know what he was trying to go for in the match.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else happened in the match off the top of my head. I apologize if I seem kind of.
I like the finish. Ethan Page. Well, because Javon did his like cutter finish, and then Ethan threw him out, and then did his like twist of fate move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he won by. Yeah, he retained by pinfall, right?
Ethan
yeah. Like I said, if I appear tired or slacking, lagging, whatever you want to call it. I'm tired. I've been up since 9:30. Didn't go to bed till 6:30 and get back up at 9:30. I had to do some stuff, so if I sound like low energy, that's why. But yeah, so I mean that match was, like I said, it was aight for me. To me,
yeah.
Then it was the main event time. It was for the AAA Mega Championship. Hilo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable. This match I really did like.
This was a barn burn.
Yeah.
Chad Gable really showed out in this match.
And there were some spots that I didn't care for. Like we were talking about it earlier, but I don't know if you can call it the Mexican Destroyer or the Canadian.
Yeah, the
Destroyer.
Mexican Canadian Destroyer. But yeah, I'm over that move. It's become the super kick to me.
Yeah, that move should be the finish. I don't know why that people always clamors like, oh yeah, this needs to be a transition spot move. Nah, they don't.
No, it's a match ender.
Yeah, and Chad Gable.
I'll say at least Penta's won matches with it. So
yeah, Chad Gable looked great in this match. I thought. Gable hitting the moonsault through the freaking table was that was a thing of beauty. It kind of really reminded me a lot of Kurt Angle.
Honestly. Very Kurt Angle. This reminded me of Ray and Kurt from SummerSlam 02 a little bit.
Yeah.
Just with a table spot, but yeah.
The top rope power bomb that he did to El Vikingo was crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't taking that shit.
No. Gotta admit, that was done fucking well. Chad is it, man. And if you can push him seriously, they need to.
Yep. Well, we'll get into it, but I said all along, I don't know why Chad Gable's not being taken as a serious guy, because like I said, like the whole comedy bit they did last night on Money in the Bank with the whole spoiler alert, the whole freaking ladder being sponsored by Cinnamon Whiskey or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Fireball, I think it was, right?
Fireball, yeah.
I'm like, why is he doing comedy? Kurt Angle did comedy, but he was still serious where he did it like, you believed like, oh, this guy's not playing. This guy's a goof, but if he really wanted to kill you, he could.
Yeah.
But the Viking Del Kingo wins the match. He retains the championship. Everyone celebrates. And I think AAA beat WWE pretty much the majority of that show. Like the point system kind of thing. But I liked how I did like how it was shot last night. It was kind of like more like an intimate feeling kind of look to it.
Reminded me of Lucha Underground a bit.
Yeah, with the whole lighting stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was really surprised they went with the 4-sided ring. I thought they were going to bring in the 6-side. Because that's what they use in AAA down there in Mexico. They use they use a 6-sided ring. So I was very surprised. I'm like, wow, okay, we're only doing 4. But yeah, I think the show was pretty good. Like, I don't think it was like, wow, it was like a 9 out of 10 show, but I thought it was decent. So
decent little show.
Yeah, if they do it next year, who knows? I'll probably be looking forward to that again. But that's done with Worlds Collide. Money in the Bank. While we're all here, I just saw the thumbnail. By the way, shout out to Lethal Lightning for making the thumbnail this morning, actually.
Yeah, shout out.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. The friggin' shot of the drone going through the crowds. I saw so many people online saying, "Wow, I can't believe there's empty seats." and they're dying, right?
Yeah.
I think there was 17,000 people last night at the show, I believe. I started laughing because of two things. I thought, well, ticket prices were expensive. And then I got to thinking, they literally just started the fucking show. So people are probably either three things. A, they're at concessions. B, they're at the merchandise table. C,
Yeah.
they're using the commode before the show starts. And everyone's trying to file into their seats, right?
Yeah.
But the first match of the night was the women's Money in the Bank match. This match was
It was. It was. Here's the problem I had. Outside of Rhea and like Alexa and maybe Naomi a bit, no one wanted to take any bumps.
yeah. And I don't know if that was by design. That could have been designed by the office. Like, okay, we need the guys to do all the bumps, the high risk shit.
Yeah.
There's a spot in the match that we'll talk about for the men's where I was just like, this guy could have been paralyzed. Like,
Yeah.
legit, he could have been paralyzed. But yeah, I thought this match was, decent. I kind of thought it went long, and the crowd seemed like they were into it a little bit, but not much. Like the crowd,
Yeah.
it's like we're here, but it's like, okay, we're not really getting much here. You know what I mean?
Alexa, I mean not Alexa. The Rhea Stephanie spot was cool.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Fucking Alexa. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, we can see that we can see Alexa's hearing us now, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway. But the devil's kiss on the ladder, that was cool.
Yeah.
And when they stacked the ladders on Rhea, it was cool.
Yeah, they built her to be that monster, trying to make sure it's like, okay, she kind of got that Braun Strowman thing there for a minute, back in the day when Strowman they buried him with the ladder and shit. And
I gotta give her flowers though. She sold the fuck out of a bunch of moves yesterday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was bumping in that match.
Yep. She was. So getting back to the match, Naomi wins the match. I was very surprised. I was scratching my head from my point of view. I'm like, okay, what's her ceiling, right? That's my thing. And do I really want to see a Tiffany versus Naomi feud? Not really. Would it be athletic? Probably. Do I give a shit? Not really.
I think she has more of a story right now. Stephanie, I think, can win at any time.
Yeah.
Alexa wasn't winning it.
No.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Fucking Christ.
Bliss. We're gonna refer to her as Bliss.
Yeah, Bliss.
Yeah.
She wasn't winning it. They weren't going to give it a Rhea because I said this to you off the line. I think she's winning Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
So
I knew Julia wasn't winning the match
because Julia.
I think she's going to feud with
Zelina Vega.
Yeah, for the women's U.S. title.
Zelina no pop Vega. She gets no reaction. It's sad. It's just Jesus.
Yeah, that's a different story for a different time. But yeah, like I said, Naomi wins the match, and I was just
I'm okay with it. I think she was the only logical choice.
Well, I like I said offline, I thought what they were going to do. I thought Stephanie was going to be making history. I thought she was going to go and do like whole. She won that match on SmackDown. She won her match at Worlds Collide. And then here she comes to Money in the Bank, and she wins the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
She's the first, like, quote unquote person to do that in the history of the company. That's what I thought they were going for. But yeah, like I know she hasn't had the title for a minute. Naomi hasn't. Like, I think the last time she was champion was like what, 2017, something like that.
17, 6.
It's been a while. Yes, I mean, it is what it is on that part, but like I said, nothing against Naomi, but just like, okay, this is kind of lackluster for me. But that was just me. But the next match of the night, we got Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against what was this guy's name? I'm sorry, I forgot. God, I am sorry. I feel like Joe Biden right now. Legit.
Octagon?
Yeah, thank you. Octagon Jr. for the Intercontinental Championship. This match was short.
Yeah, very short.
Like I think it was like 5 minutes, probably, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe longer than that. But it's like, man, this is really short. Like I know the guy just wrestled not even 2 hours ago. But I'm like, I thought this match was at least gonna go like at least go 10 minutes or something, but it didn't do anything. But yeah, Dom wins the match and he retains the championship. The next match of the night was the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. Or excuse me, Lyra Valkyria defended the Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. I really like this match.
Yeah, this was good. I like the story. I actually like Becky's new gear. It fits her heel gimmick.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed the whole psychology of the matches and stuff. There was one spot where I was like, okay, I think you could have cut that out. What was that Nightwing on the outside? And they did the 10 count spot. And like right at 9, then both of them got up. I was like, oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
All right. But I did enjoy the match because there was a lot of physicality in that match. The one spot where Becky threw her into the ring post on the outside and her back of her head bounced off the freaking ring post, like, oh shit.
Yeah, that looked like that hurt. They were going at each other. I liked it.
Yeah.
They worked well together for sure.
Oh yeah. And I think they have I think they have good chemistry too. So I'll be interested to see what they do going forward. And I think it was the right time for Lyra to win. Yeah, that was Becky was the right decision to do it. Sadly, Lyra's been kind of mixed in the shuffle, but she's not really been pushed as like a champion like she should be. Like,
yeah,
for me,
she was getting good in the end there, but like, the problem is, I think Becky there's more story.
Yeah,
for her right now,
and she's more of a name. She can bring legitimacy to the championship right now. But yes, I mean after the match too, Becky won by a roll up by holding the tights, and the whole stipulation was if she beat Lyra had to go there and raise her hand, and if Becky lost, she couldn't challenge for the championship no more while she was champion, Lyra Valkyria. I liked how they milked it. Oh yeah, raise my hand. I raise your hand. Put the title around me. Okay, I'll do it. Blah blah. Then show me off on all four corners. I'm like, oh, all right, this is just putting salt in the wound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Becky was milking it.
Oh yeah. And then Lyra came in from go behind belly to back suplex or German, I think, and threw her. I was like, all right. So I'm like, obviously we're not done. So this might be a match that we talked about too. This might be a match at the Women's Evolution 2 pay-per-view, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Bayley comes back by that point. Because I know she still has to get her back for Becky.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, she's been gone since WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, like I said, that match I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. Then we have the men's Money in the Bank match, and this match to me was out of the Money in the Bank matches. This was good.
Yeah,
I understand where they went for the finish, but there was so much stuff in the match that I didn't care for, and I still don't care for. I think it's a stupid move. Well, we'll get into it. Like, when they first started the match, I kind of laughed when they were outside because I don't know if anyone else paid attention to it. But when El Grande Americano grabbed the ladder and Andrade got knocked down by somebody, he dropped the ladder and he dropped it right on Andrade's balls.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, yeah, I would have been pissed. Like, you just freaking dropped the ladder on my nuts, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That was, I laughed, and plus I was like, okay, we might see a receipt here in a minute. But yeah, like, Seth looked, what he needed to do. The match starts, and they go in there and kick Seth's ass, like all participants besides Solo and Grande Americano. But getting to the brass tacks of things, Seth Rollins wins the match. But the thing is, what pissed me off though, is the LA Knight getting fucked over for a third straight Money in the Bank, and to me, last night sealed his fate within the company. I truly do think they look at him as a mid card talent. They do not look at him to be a main guy, a top guy. And I think the mid card's only going to be where he's going to be at now going forward.
Yeah, I don't love how they did LA Knight. I understand why Seth won, and I'm fine with it personally. But I just think he's the best thing in the show right now, if I'm being honest.
Well, that too, but I thought Punk was going to get involved. I thought Punk was going to get
Punk getting involved was weird. No Roman getting involved.
Yeah, like I thought he was going to fuck over Seth, and I thought maybe Sami Zayn would have been there too, but I was like, no, nobody was here. I'm like, really?
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird decision.
And then when Seth brought the guys out, I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense, but also makes sense to have Braun Breaker in the match to be the insured muscle that he does win the match, which I don't understand why they didn't do that.
And it would make the lineup better. The lineup kind of sucked.
It was a very lackluster Money in the Bank. I don't know why, but it was to me. And then Jacob calls out his guys. Well, Seth calls out his group. His group, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They're beating everybody up. Okay, and then freaking Solo shows up and he's like, "Yeah, I got my family too." And
Jacob and Jeff Cobb came out.
Yeah, JC Mateo. I'm not calling him that. That sounds stupid.
Yeah,
Mateo doesn't even sound freaking Samoan. I don't know what the fuck that sounds.
Seeing Braun Breaker and Jacob go at it was cool.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we see Braun Breaker and Jacob fought too there for a minute, but like,
okay, but you Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and Jacob was cool.
Yeah, it was. But then, everyone gets cleared away. Jacob's in the ring with Solo. He's like, yeah, I want to, get up there, win that match. I love you, Solo. He's climbing, Solo's climbing, and all of a sudden, Jacob grabs him by the foot and just looks up and says, I hate you,
Solo.
Excuse me.
I've been waiting for him to say that forever, and he finally said it.
I laughed. I don't know why, but I did. I laughed.
Yeah.
But when he did what he did, there was no reaction. So, I mean, obviously, I know that, Jacob is supposed to be the babyface. Like, they gave him that Batista spot.
Yeah.
But it's like the fans didn't give a fuck.
Because it's not the right time to turn him. I was telling you this offline. He should have turned on Solo, but Solo should be babyface. Jeff Cobb should have been the one to push him off the ladder.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Like I said, and like do I really want to see Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship? Not really.
No.
Not really.
Especially they were setting up something between him and Damian Priest, but
and that's another thing that pisses me off. I told you about. They fucking turned Jacob Fatu fucking face or baby face before they did Austin Theory. I think that makes sense.
Austin Theory, which has been set up for like a whole fucking year.
Yeah. It's like what. Like I said, we talked about it before, but it's like the booking of the show is so sometimes it's good, and the next time it's like, fuck, what are we doing?
Why are we turning Jacob face right now? It's not the time.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like they turned Austin Theory. Austin Theory's still in the same run he's been in since he's lost the Money in the Bank briefcase from a couple years ago. Yeah. He's never recovered. I don't care anyone fucking says he hasn't. But Seth wins by his goons, and Seth wins the match. And like I said, I thought Punk was going to get involved. I thought Sami Zayn was going to get involved because Punk said that as long as I got breath in my lungs, you're never going to take championship gold. But it's like, well, if he's not going to take championship gold, then why the fuck are you not trying to cost him the briefcase?
Yeah,
that just didn't make any sense to me at all. And Paul Heyman on the outside had me laughing. He just like standing around like all mopey and shit. And I was like, all right, Paul. But yeah. So that's that match. The next match we have tonight, it's the tag team match. It's main event in Jey Uso teaming with Cody Rhodes against John Cena and Logan Paul, right?
Yeah.
This match to me was okay at best. That was
Yeah, it was all right. It
Yeah.
was all right.
and we'll get to it. But the match was like okay. I thought there was a couple things I did like I did like the psychology Cena was going for, trying to do the whole cheating. Like when the match started, he was like, "I'll
Yeah.
start the match." Then he goes out again. Logan Paul gets in. Then Logan Paul's ready to lock up. Then Cena comes back in and it's like, "Nope, I got it now." And it's back and forth. I like
And I
that.
like how he was scared of Cody.
Yeah.
His face when Cody tagged in was one of the funniest things.
Yep. And like that, like I said, that happened. And I did like the spot where they did with the they're arguing with each other. I thought was like, okay, I get it.
I like the drone spot with when Cody
Yeah.
grabbed Logan when he had the drone. That was cool.
Yeah. My friend was like, he wasn't paying attention. He's like, I wonder how they get. I'm like, oh, he's like, I wonder how they're getting this shot right now. I'm like, dude, this is a drone. Like, you can't hear the friggin' motor and the fans going off right now while he's talking. Like, you hear it clearly in the background. Like, this is some, like, you can clearly hear it. But when he did the suplex, I popped. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before.
I love how cartoonishly heel Cena's doing it, though.
Yeah.
Very mustache swirling villain. I like it. And I like the intro thing where they have to do it every time they introduce him.
Yeah. Gracie with his presence for the last time. Yeah, but that happened. But during the match, Cena goes in there and grabs the championship belt, and he's trying to. I think he does successfully hit Cody with the.
No, yeah, he nails Cody.
Yeah, so he hits Cody with that. We're like, okay, we know where this is going forward. All of a sudden, this black mysterious figure shows up from the ringside. We didn't know who it was. I didn't know who it was. All of a sudden, he goes in there and he's beating the shit out of John Cena like he owes him money. Like he's just beating the crap out of him. All of a sudden, he stands up, takes off his mask, and who and behold is it? It's Ron Killings. Out of all
Ron
people,
Killings, R-Truth, but now he's going by Ron Killings now.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I popped. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
you finally all did something good.
I think I put this in the Discord yesterday. I'm like, our stream from last week's pointless now.
It's pointless, but I'm kind of glad it's pointless because, like I said, I'm happy for him to be back in the company. I'm glad for him to have a job again.
Big moment, and a lot of people popped. If it was a work, if it was not, I hope it's a work.
We'll cover that. Yeah, we'll get.
We'll cover that part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, he hits R-Truth gets the title, hits Cena with it, and helps Cody and Jey Uso win the match. And I think Cody hit a crossroads to beat Cena. So
he got his win back.
And you would think, in theory, Cody would probably be number one contender because he did pin John Cena.
I think either he wins King of the Ring. I don't. You know what I can see happening? I think Cody will be in the King of the Ring, and I think Cena costs him.
Yeah, I could probably see that
because the story can be like, oh, Cena knows.
Yeah.
Like and plus that's how you can still get Punk and Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But the whole show was done, and then they did the whole press conference. Now this is where it gets tricky because I've heard multiple reports from different people, so who knows what the case is? But this is what I heard. Apparently, the last 72 hours, that's when WWE made the decision to bring back R-Truth. They flied him out in the private WWE corporate jet, and they hit him out throughout the entire day. No one knew he was there. That's when everyone was genuine surprised when he showed up. Some people, like Triple H, some fan asked him that question in the media scrum. Was this a work? And Triple H just said, did you enjoy the show? Yeah. Okay, then we'll leave it at that. Then I go on social media. And then I saw R-Truth's son on Instagram. And everyone was screenshotting it and had me dying. He's like, this is not a work. No cap, blah, 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 right? Stop the cap. R-Truth replied to someone last night or today, and they said, was this a work? And he said, this was not a work. I was legitimately fired. I was legitimately fired. I am indebted to all you guys who made your voices heard. I love every single one of you. Yeah, right. Then I heard another report today. It said it was Nick Khan's call to bring back R-Truth and give him one more run before he retires, allegedly. My thing is, if he's coming back as R-Truth, to me, R-Truth's dead. That character, the whole comedy, friggin' John Cena's my idol hero guy, that's dead. He came back last night. He's Ron Killings. He's Ron Killings from TNA. And if that's the case, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. Now, do I think he's going to be beating Cena for the title? Absolutely not.
Nah.
Do I think they're going to have they'll probably have a good series of matches? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe do it at Saturday's main event.
Yeah. Or
in July.
Who knows? Well, WWE asked Cena to use one of their dates for a SmackDown or something to pop a rating, because let's just be honest, SmackDown's pretty much ass right now.
That would be a good SmackDown.
Yeah. But hopefully when R-Truth comes back, Ron Killings comes back, he'll have a whole new look. He'll go back to like the old days in TNA, or he'll go and change his theme song until like It's Time to Get Crunk, which if no one's ever heard of that, I recommend listening to that song. It's actually pretty good from his album from back in the day. But I think as a whole, Money in the Bank was a decent show. I don't think it was outstanding.
7 out of 10. It's probably my third or fourth favorite show this year.
Yeah. And R-Truth was so over last night, there was riots in California. So
Oh man. That's a different topic.
If you know, you know. But that's our review. And like I said, I apologize for being very lackluster. I'm really tired.
All good, man.
I am been burning the candle on both ends of the stick, and I have been working like a dog. I've been busier than a one-arm paper hanger. So we were going to do it last night, but it got so late. I was like, you know what? We'll just do this tomorrow. I'm tired. And, I like I said, been up since 9:30, went to bed 6:30, get back up at 9:30, and I'm feeling it. I've hit a wall. But I guess on that note, I guess there's really nothing much to say left to say if I can talk. Trey, do you got anything to promote?
My channel. Maybe doing videos again.
Screen Rant is the guy on.
Probably gonna review Ballerina, which I just saw a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot when that came out. Yeah, I actually want to go see that myself.
It was all right. It's all right.
Okay, we'll talk about it offline so you don't spoil anything.
Yeah.
I have nothing to promote, but if you're interested in joining our Discord, follow us on Twitter or X, and follow Trey's channel. Check in the description box here on the channel. Go on there and click on the links. They all work. And if you want to join and subscribe. And before we go, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed what you listened to. Until then, see y'all next time.